Hi guys, my name is FrexZP and welcome to our new tutorial. So I actually said I was going to start with the if conditions now, but I'm actually going to show you 3 different things before jumping into the if conditions, because these are very important. I'm going to teach you guys how to do comments. I'm going to teach you guys how to work with operators and how to do comparisons, because you need those things to properly use the ifs. So first I'll start with the comment, because it's something very simple. So what's a comment? Comment is a line that is ignored by the code. To write this down, you put 2 dashes, and now everything you write after the 2 dashes is simply going to be ignored by the code. So let's just print hello world, and as you can see, it's not even doing anything. Okay, it is. It was just lagging. This is not giving us any error. If we move the dashes, it's gonna give an error because this is not anything at all. So yeah, you do 2 dashes to write comments on your code. You usually do this when your code is starting to get it like very complex, and you put codes like the lines below do X and whatever. It's just like to describe what your code is doing. So when you read it in the future, or if you're showing the code to a friend, he doesn't have to go like through every line. He can just check the comments and be like, oh, okay, so this does this, this does this, and so on. And just one more thing, you can actually, like, let's say you want to write several lines of comments. I don't know why, but sometimes that might be useful. So like you want to say hi, and then you want to say something like bye, and you don't want to use dashes on every single line. You can actually do dash dash, squared bracket, and now you do squared bracket, like this, and now everything that is in the middle, you can write as many lines as you want, will be comments. This is also useful if you want to get rid of code. So if you have like a lot of code, I'm just going to copy paste this, do not waste time. So I have like a lot of codes and you want to stop using it, you can just come here, you do this, and voila, the code is no longer being compiled on your program or project or wherever. So these are comments and they're very useful. Now about operators. Let's make numbers for this. So let's make variables actually. A equals 2, B equals 5, and local C equals nothing. So we just leave it like this when you don't want it to equal to anything. So now let's print C. It's gonna give nil. Okay. So now we're gonna do C equals A. It's gonna give 2 because A equals 2 and C is now being assigned to A. There's 5 different operators in Lua and pretty much on every programming language, which is the multiplication. So we can actually multiply this by a number, for example. And for this you use this symbol. You have the division, and you use like this bar, or however you want to call it. You have the sum, and you have the minus, and then you have this one, which I don't know exactly how to explain you, so let me give you an example on Paint. So when you do a maths count, let's say 3 divided by 2, like this, and this will give 1. It will do minus, it will be 1, and then you have to add a 0. Okay, so this is not the best example because this is going to give 1.5. But pretty much what happens when you do this, it's actually giving you what's in here. I mean, this is going to equal to 0, but on a more, like, let me try to get a different example. For example, 10 divided by 3. This is going to give 3. It's going to be 9. It's going to give 1. And if we try to do this, this is going to give 3 again, and so on. So let's do like literally 10 percentage 3. So it's actually giving this number right here. See? I don't know how this is called in English, but this is pretty much what it does. It's not very useful, but sometimes it might be useful. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You can do maths with variables and numbers, and just numbers. You can even do like 1 plus 2, and it just works like that. Okay, and now for the last thing, the comparisons, which are the most important for the if conditions. We'll learn how to assign variables. So for example, we have local a, and if you want to give it a number, we'll be like a equals 2, and now when we print a, it equals to 2. But now we want to do comparisons. Like, how do we do this? We do 2 equals instead of 1. So here we know a equals 2. Let's put it here just to be easier to read. Now let's print a equal, not just equal, 3. And it's going to give false. Why is it false? Because a equals 2 and not equal 3. Now, if I want to compare a to 2, it's going to say true. If I want to know if a variable exists, you can do a equal nil, and it's giving false because it doesn't equal to nil. But if this didn't have anything, it will say true. So this is a way of checking if the variable has anything assigned to it. And you can do this to compare pretty much everything. You can compare strings as well. So let's say this is equal to high. And now we can do a equal high. And it's true. But if I wrote a different word like hello, it's now false. So when you want to compare something, you use 2 equals instead of 1. And it will always return either true or false. Always one of these 2 options. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. On the next video we're going to start with the if conditions, because you actually use comparisons to do ifs. So that's why I had to talk about this before. So see you guys in the next tutorial.